In this example, we want to factor x squared plus 6x plus 9 minus y squared. As we can see in this question, we have two different variables of x and y. So to solve this, we need to do a difference of squares. But as we can see, this question isn't in a difference of squares format. So that means we want to change this around so we can get into that format. So the first thing we want to do is separate this question into two parts. We first want to factor this polynomial of x squared plus 6x plus 9, leaving out the negative y squared. So down below, let's write out the polynomial that we want to factor. X squared plus 6x plus 9. So to factor this, we take our last term of positive 9 and write out all the factors. We can have 1 multiplied by 9, we can have negative 1 multiplied by negative 9, or we can have 3 and positive 3, or both negative 3 and negative 3. All these factors multiply together to give us positive 9. But now we have to see which of these factors add together to give us our middle term of positive 6. 1 plus 9 gives us 10. Negative 1 plus negative 9 gives us negative 10. 3 plus 3 gives us 6. And then negative 3 plus negative 3 leaves us with negative 6. Our middle term is positive 6, so that means we're going to use the factors of both positive 3 and positive 3. So now that we have our factors, let's write out our brackets. Again, we want to write two pairs of brackets. At the beginning of our bracket, we want to write our variable, which is x, and then the rest of the bracket is filled in with our factors. Well, our factors are both positive 3, so we'll have x plus 3 and x plus 3 in both brackets. As we can see, these brackets are the exact same, so we can simplify this even further and write x plus 3 all squared. So now we've replaced this whole polynomial up top with x plus 3 squared. So now we have x plus 3 all squared minus y squared. And as we can see, we have a difference of squares. We have x plus 3, which is squared, and we have y, which is also squared. And these two terms are related by a subtraction sign, which means that we can do difference of squares. So when doing a difference of squares, we again need two different brackets. The first term in our bracket is the square root of our first term. The square root of x plus 3 squared is just x plus 3. So we'll write that in both brackets. The next thing to do in difference of squares is to deal with the subtraction sign. So that means in one bracket, we're going to have a plus sign, and in our second bracket, we need a negative sign. And our last term in these brackets are going to be the square root of y squared. Well, the square root of y squared is just y, so we'll write a y at the end of both of our brackets. So therefore, our final answer is x plus 3 plus y all multiplied by x plus 3 minus y as our final answer.